Hello students, we will see a sample problem on Buckingham Pi theorem, how to solve problems using Buckingham Pi theorem. So in the previous video we have actually seen the statement of Buckingham Pi theorem, what is n, what is m, and what is a repeating variable, what are pi terms, what are the rules for which you can actually select which you need to follow to select the repeating variables. All these concepts we have seen actually. Okay, so with that basic, we will actually now solve a problem. Okay, by or with the concept of Buckingham Pi theorem. Now, if you see this problem, which is solved by the Rayleigh method only, which we have seen it in the previous videos, we need to find a relationship, an expression for the resistance force of a supersonic plane, and this particular variable r, which is a dependent variable, this r depends on length of the aircraft L, one of the variable, velocity v, air viscosity mu, air density rho, and bulk modulus of the air, which is capital K. Now if you just count how many variables are there, one of the variable is r, L, v, mu, rho, and k. So there are 6 variables, out of which 5 are independent variables, where L, v, mu, rho, and k, they are independent variable, and your capital R is a dependent variable. Okay, so R depends on L, v, mu, rho, and k. Now mathematically, in the first step, I can write the resistant force or resisting force R is equal to, R is a function of L, v, mu, rho, and k. I can express it in another way also, where I can express a function f of 1, which is a function of all the 6 variables, is equal to 0. Okay, number of variables small n is equal to 6, so there are 6 variables. Okay, just counting them. Okay, then it doesn't matter whether it is a dependent or independent variable. Now before writing m, what we will do is we will write the fundamental dimensions of all the variables. For example, for your resisting force R, it is ml t to the power of minus 2. Okay, for the velocity it is L into t to the power of minus 1. Similarly for the mu, ml minus 1 t minus 1, rho ml to the power of minus 3, k ml minus 1 t minus 2. So if you just see, count, okay, you have mass, length, and time involvement. Okay, there is nothing else. There is no theta or the temperature parameter over here. So your small m will be equal to 3. So by the definition of Buckingham Pi theorem, the number of dimensionless terms or the pi terms will be equal to n minus m. So there will be 6 minus 3. So 3 pi terms will come. So let us define those pi terms as pi 1, pi 2, and pi 3. Okay, this is an important step. I am actually calculating n, we are calculating m, and we are deciding how many pi terms are there. So pi 1, pi 2, pi 3, there are 3 pi terms because n minus m is equal to 3. So we are defining a function f of 1, which is a function of pi 1, pi 2, pi 3 equated to 0. So this is your equation 3, and this ends your first step in your in the method of solving the numerical using Buckingham Pi theorem. First step is over. So we have decided how many pi terms are there or dimensionless terms are there. Now we have to use the repeating variables. Now we have to decide on repeating variables. As the definition says, we have seen it in the yesterday class, each pi term will have m plus 1 variable. Okay, and these m plus 1 variables are called repeating variables. Now what is the value of m here? M is 3, so 3 plus 1, so there will be 4 variables. Okay, and these variables are called repeating variables. Okay, m is a repeating variable. Now out of the 6 variables, which is r, l, v, mu, rho, and k, r is a dependent variable, and the remaining 5, which is l, v, mu, rho, and k, they are independent variable. Fine. Now we have to decide the repeating variable based on the 3 concepts. What are they? the one of the variable should be, repeating variable should be connected with geometry. One of the variable should be connected with the flow parameter. The another should be connected with the fluid parameter or the fluid property it should define. So if it is geometry, it can be length, diameter, volume, such kind of uh, variables you can take. When it is coming to the flow, you can consider either velocity, acceleration. When it comes to the fluid property, density, viscosity, bulk modulus, all these concepts, all these variables you can take. Okay, so what we are considering here is, see, you are free to consider anything. Okay, so in the leftover, what you can say, 5 variables, that is your L, V, mu, rho and K. L will tell you about geometry, length, right? It is a geometrical parameter. V is the only parameter which tells you about flow. And mu, rho and K, these all are considering the fluid property. So take any one problem and consider them as a fluid property. So the best thing is, see, as the density is very small, easy for you to solve. Okay, because the fundamental dimension will be ml to the power of minus 3. So I can take rho. I will take velocity, there is no other choice to you, and I will take length L. Okay, these are the 3 repeating variables. So number of repeating variable will be equal to the how many, what you can say, terminologies you have, how many m's you have. Okay, so now each pi term will have m plus 1 variable. So I have to include one more. So now this is a very important step, crucial step, step 3. Pi 1 is written as, see, LV rho, these are repeating. Why? They are called repeating. See, in pi 1, pi 2 and pi 3 pi terms, I am repeating the same, what you can say, variable, LV rho. See, LV rho and LV rho when I am writing pi 1, pi 2 and pi 3. Now when I write LV rho, the remaining, what you can say, variable, there are 3 more variables which I have not used, right? I am yet to use. I have to use it inside the, what you can say, dimensionless term or pi term. So first I will take, okay, the resisting force. So L a to the power 1, V b to the power 1, rho c to the power of 1 into r, the one of the variable. So you cannot include one more variable here. Maximum number of variable in any pi term is m plus 1. M is 3, so 3 plus 1. So only one of the extra thing I can take here, whatever leftover variable is there. Fine. Similarly, pi 2, the remaining one is mu here, okay? And a2, b2 and c2, you should be very careful with this powers. Similarly, pi 3, okay, L, V, rho, a3, b3, c3 into k was remaining, bulk modulus. So I have included all the 6 variables in the pi 1, pi 2, pi 3 terms. The step 4, we have to check the homogeneity. So let us work it for the first pi term, that is pi 1. So consider pi 1. Pi 1 is dimensionless, so m0, l0, t0, l to the power of a1. Okay, velocity, put it in dimension, lt minus 1 to the power of v1, ml to the power of minus 3 c1, ml t to the power of minus 2, it is for the resisting force. Now equate the powers of m, 0 here, m is minus 3c here, m is 1 here, right? Okay, so when you solve, you are going to get the value of c, right? Okay, m is c1, okay, not minus 3c1, it is c1. Similarly, powers of l, 0, l is a1, l is b1, l is minus 3c1, and l is 1 over here. I will not get the answer directly over here because I want the value of b. So equate the power of t, t is 0, minus b1, minus 2. So I get the value of b1 as minus 2. So come back here, put over here, you will get the value of a1. So a1, b1 values, a1, b1 and c1 values done. So the pi 1 term, okay, can be written as L to the power of minus 2, V to the power of minus 2, rho to the power of minus 1 into R. So I have substituted A1, B1 and C1. So I get the value of pi 1, okay, R divided by rho L square V square. Similarly, now take the pi 2 term. Repeat the same steps, okay. The pi 2 is also dimensionless. So M0, L0, T0, La2, Lt to the power of minus 1 b2, this is for velocity. Your density ml minus 3 c2 and this is for your viscosity. Mu ml minus 1 t minus 1, equate the power of m, l and t, work in the same way how you have worked for the previous one. You get the value of A2, B2 and C2. So you get the terminology of phi 2 mu by LV rho. Similarly, now you work for the third phi term, okay, and you get the value of A3, B3 and C3. The method remains same, okay, only the values changes for A3, B3 and C3. So you get the phi 3 term as K divided by V square divided by rho. So after working this, now you write the final equation or final function which you have defined initially in the step 1, where f1 of pi 1, pi 2 and pi 3 is equal to 0. So put that one, okay. Now remove this function sign, r by rho l square v square, okay. I have just substituted for pi 1, pi 2, pi 3 here. So r divided by rho l square v square, put a function phi, okay, mu divided by lv rho, comma k by v square divided by rho, okay. You can end over here also, or you can work it out like this and get the final equation like this, okay. So any, what you can say, expression will fetch you the marks, okay. So you have to do the problem, okay, in the same sequence. Fine. First is deciding the value of n. What is n? Next, what is m? Before writing m or deciding m, write all the variables in the fundamental dimensions. Then decide m. Find out n minus n, so to get the pi terms. Define the function of pi terms. Decide m plus m. How many repeating variables? Which are the repeating variables do you consider? First you decide. Solve or expand pi terms in terms of repeating variables. Solve each pi terms one by one. Get the powers a, b, a1, a, b and c for the different cases. Okay, and then return back to your initial function which defined the pi term and get the final relationship. Okay, this is the important video which is telling you how to actually solve the numericals based on Buckingham pi theorem method. Okay, thank you very much.